A Gallup poll says about half of Americans believe physician-assisted suicide is morally acceptable. Earlier, I talked to a doctor who's defending the value of life. Joining us now is Dr. Christina Francis, Chairman of the Board of the American Association of Pro-Life Obstetricians and Gynecologists. There are about 4,000 of you nationwide. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
As a leading healthcare professional, you have said that medicine is moving more and more towards supporting death in so many forms. What do you mean by this?
Well, so unfortunately, the practice of medicine has, especially in the last 20 years, been moving more and more towards supporting things like abortion and physician-assisted suicide, as opposed to really supporting life from the moment of conception until the moment of natural death. And this is something that I don't think medicine was ever meant to be. If you look at the original Hippocratic Oath, it supported life-affirming medicine. It supported never recommending an abortifacient remedy to a woman or ever recommending a death-inducing drug to any patient. And as I'm sure your viewership can see as well, we really have moved far away from that.
Right, and I know that this is something we talk about quite frequently. Now, you did a radio interview, and you were challenged on this public radio show that you weren't more upfront about your faith as it relates to your profession. And let me just say, give a quote here of what you said. It says, "So my faith compels me. I think I feel obligated and compelled to share the scientific data and medical data that's out there because oftentimes it can be misquoted or left out." What is your concern?
Right. Well, so on that radio show, as you referenced, there was an abortion provider who stated that he felt that his faith is what compelled him to perform abortions. And so they wanted me on there as well as a Protestant, as a Christian, to share my views on abortion. The reason I abstained from stating my faith right up front was because most times when I get into discussions with people who support abortion, if I try to bring my religious beliefs into that discussion, I'm often told, we don't want to hear about your religious beliefs because I don't necessarily share them. I want to hear what science has to say about this, what medicine has to say, what the studies show. And so that's really why I started with that. I'm not in any way ashamed of my faith, and it is my Christian faith that, like I said, compels me to practice compassionate medicine. But I think it's also really important for people to know that those of us who oppose abortion, we have science on our side, we have logic, we have reasons on our side, and the studies support our claim at APLOG that abortion not only kills an innocent human being, but it's also extremely bad for women.
Well, you know, I have to say, I'm so glad that you were actually invited onto that radio show because oftentimes the pro-life side isn't represented. So thank you so much for doing that, and thank you for joining us here on News Nightly. Dr. Christina Francis, Chairman of the Board, American Association of Pro-Life Obstetricians and Gynecologists.
Thank you very much.